All right, I am to report that I am getting really, really angry at the despots who are keeping the prostitutes in the houses around here that crawl into the holes in the wall and carry out the most violent, heinous terrorist crimes. Um, I don't know the whereabouts of the one from 1509 career prostitute, but I do know the whereabouts of the 1507 career prostitute ISIS bride. They're all prostitutes brought in from some sort of Latin drug cartel connection. Both of these hookers have that. This is what I can soundly, with assurance, inform the public of. The top generals can inform you on more precise details. And once they were cleared and safe in the Latin drug cartel, let me plug my ears, to be one of their girls that they run around town, they were brought into the ISIS terror cell. And that man in the basement is the link. So I'm a rookie in some ways at counterterrorism. I mean, the whole world has witnessed that. As the years go on, they kind of watch me learn on the job. That's because of Donald Trump, which I have made very clear in 2017, what these people in the Trump family did to me. Yeah, unplug my ears yet? Okay, no, still screaming those sirens in the city of DC. Because of the Trump family, I am still desperate, in abject poverty, unable to get any employment. All right, with no trace of my life before this. All my photos are gone, and it's just really sad. And everybody I knew, I no longer have contact with. But the people I knew were pretty bad, and I didn't have a lot of contact with them before that. And it's really, really tragic about some of the people in my family, because it is just heartbreaking. But when I look back, like I have for these last 4 years trapped in this room, only able to go to the door because I can't even take the garbage out anymore. Can I unplug my ears yet here? Yeah. When I look back, I'm not surprised, okay, because of the whole history that I remember of what's been happening in my nuclear family. The whole fucking history. Okay, as I unplugged my ears, at 4:44 there was a really loud kill down on floor 1. It shot up through the house. Boom, and it was like in the dining room area by that fireplace. All right, if I would have filmed that shit would have caught on camera if it would have been filming by the door. Just to let you know this, and I was clear to say it. Okay, this is so fucking serious here. I cannot talk about anything else I have witnessed in this terror cell. So what I have said about the dead bodies and the human organs that they were cooking and so on and so forth, that is on the account today. It is all I'm allowed to talk about. The things and stuff I witness here are astounding. And it goes on and on and on. And which is my point when I was trying to enter into the point, but I had to plug my ears, and it gets kind of dragged out here. Thank you to the public who is a good person for your patience, all right? I want to say that because sometimes I am very, very threatening, and I say things like, I don't care about any Americans. I make very, very, very threatening statements to Americans. But I am literally watching my fellow Americans try to kill other Americans, all right? And they're not doing it for civil war. They're doing it for world war. And they're not doing it just to other Americans. They're trying to kill other fucking people in other countries. Okay, so I just want to say, to get that off my chest, and I need to keep to this report. So when I was down there, I saw the 1507. She has 4 murder 1 charges now over her head. All bona fide military professionals are waiting and ready to arrest her, right? And she's still going on to the public sidewalks, running around town in a yellow hat and a long coat and something else yellow to match the hat. We have ISIS brides who will organ harvest and some sort of prostitutes. I don't want to know any more about these fucking disgusting hookers and the stuff they do. It's not something I can take anymore. It is so disgusting what they let men do to them. I can't discuss it anymore or think about it. I need a mental break. These females that are around me are so psychologically sick. And then there's one that is into the 1507 today with her yellow hat and her matching yellow gloves or something ridiculous and the long coat on a fashion stroll. Okay, this is a sociopath that we're describing. There's a person with 4 murder counts dressed up in fashion clothes, everything matching on a fashion catwalk down the public fucking street, coming in and out of a known terrorist cell. And don't forget, I don't talk about what the military does. So they have recruited people who have distinct fucking diagnoses, okay? This female and this other one in 1509 believe they're my executioners. That female I saw go into this 1507 today has repeatedly used chemical poisons on me. So has this one in 1509. I am really angry, and this is what I was saying, at the despots who think they're funny by keeping these deranged prostitutes who organ harvest, bomb make, and poison me with chemical weapons around and around and around on a merry-go-round with me. In some respects, I believe that these despots think that they are using psychological warfare on me. In some respects, to the public, it has affected me to a degree in the context of psychological warfare. But not exactly, because remember, I'm forbidden to do anything. I let these terrorists run up and down the stairs. I only talk to them when I'm green lighted, and in no way at all can I do anything about the constant poisoning or when these terrorists decide to get aggressive and try to chase me around. I am supposed to behave as if I behave, okay? As if I'm scared, as if I'm afraid to fight them, which has, in conclusion, convinced these two in 1509 and this one in 1507 that I'm scared of them. Let me plug my ears as mufflers. And no matter what I say, they're convinced because they're such psychopaths that I'm scared of them. But also don't forget these terrorists, these prostitute ISIS brides that forever are always around here because the despots have decided to keep prostitute women, females, in charge of a chemical weapons, poison like Novichok and sarin gas, fucking warehouse. And there's hot bombs galore in here. This is no place for a female. Only certain females could run a place like this. And it's not the hooker ones here. And no successful military would have a female. No matter how much they respect in a good military, for an example, in a good military, we wouldn't have our females running the fucking hot bombs warehouse. No, not generally. Okay? It's not sexist, all right? It's just not. And you want to have answers to that? Ask them why, because they'd be happy to tell you. Okay? I said the good military is the president, it's the men. And the vice presidents, the ones right next to him, are the women. And that's how it will be. There's never going to be a date and time where there's some glass ceiling that's broken. It's not. You're trying to rewrite biological law. The man is the president of this country, all right? And these Pentagon women that left the Pentagon because the KKK took it over, I call them the Pentagon sisters. They're the women that shave their heads. There's not a lot of them. They're like combat, I don't know, they're special ops. But there's not a lot of them. That's reality, okay? Even these chicks, I don't mean to call them chicks, let me make my point. Even these chicks wouldn't necessarily be running a fucking hot bombs warehouse. So that's my point. These despots have these hookers basically running the hot bomb warehouse, chemical weapon, Novichok sarin gas warehouse. And when the dudes come, all these dudes come that I said just get killed, these hookers do sex for them. So this shit here is doomed to fail. Okay, the fact that it's gone on this long means these despots have invested everything into keeping this shit going. I mean, everything. Okay? Because they're dropping day and night, and I don't talk about it. I don't say a word. All right? And all I see and what I'm allowed to report is endless fucking hookers that keep running to the sidewalk and back into the terrace cell, dressed up in fashion clothes. And the other one, he is always shopping for clothes. She's got designer Coach on the way. What the fuck is this shit here, dude? They're fucking dropping, and then when they drop, these hookers go and cut them up. Today, this one in here was eating them, and nothing ever fucking registers. With the hookers, there they go, back onto the sidewalk, dressed up in new clothes. Okay, I am to report this. I saw that 1507, 4 murder counts, going back into the 1507 building, back into the basement. And then after that, I was staying in my extra room. I stayed in there, and I didn't hear anybody up there. So I think that one goes from the basement. Well, I know she does, but I think what she did just earlier is she goes running into the bathroom, because out of nowhere, I know she does that. This fucking disgusting ISIS bride bitch who's going to get it from the special ops as long as she keeps sitting in that house. 1507, you go ahead and sit right there, lady. You go ahead and keep crawling through the cubby holes, lady. I think she went from the basement all the way up and crawled into the bathroom, because out of nowhere there was a terrace in the bathroom. Dink, 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 working with fucking tubs. And I had reported the kill, but I don't report hardly anything here, okay? All right, goodbye.